Meeting with Monday Night Football, no stress, no pressure. Not that that's irrelevant, okay? Not that that's irrelevant. Not that that's irrelevant, okay? Here we go. Let's do it. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the City of Douglas Marion Commission. This will serve as our work session for September 25th, 2023. As always, we'll get started with that faithful Steeler fan, which I don't understand. He's from West Green. He should be a Falcon fan. The heart of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Mr. Charlie Davis.
Mayor and Council, good evening. First item, we have item 1 on page 4, review of the September 11th, 2023 meeting minutes.
Mr. Dern.
Consent.
Mr. Gower.
Consent.
Ms. McNeil.
Consent.
Mr. Bailey.
Consent.
Mr. Taylor.
Consent.
Good deal. Next item.
Next item is item 2, found on page 11, discuss the appointment to the Douglas Historic Preservation Commission, Georgia Henderson.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
We have one term that we seek to fill, that of Mr. Kevin Davis, who unexpectedly resigned. So we're going to publicize it for 2 weeks and hopefully come back to you with an appointment request.
Good deal. We're going to carry that forward as usual. We're good down there on carrying it forward.
Yes, sir.
Carry it forward for 2 weeks over here. We good?
Good.
All right, we'll carry that forward. Next item.
We're removing item 3, so the next item will be item 4, discuss the technical assistance agreement with the Southern Georgia Regional Commission for the Recreation Trails Grant Program, Georgia.
All right, we are preparing to submit a grant application for the Greenway Trail to hopefully get a grant to fund some amenities. We're using the Southern Georgia Regional Commission to write this grant. So this contract agreement will cover the pre-application as well as the application, not to exceed $4,000.
Mr. Taylor.
Consent.
Mr. Bailey.
Consent.
Ms. McNeil.
Consent.
Mr. Gower.
Consent.
Mr. Dern.
Consent.
Thank you. Next item.
Next item is item 5, found on page 23, discuss the change order for the Georgia Historic Preservation Fund grant for the Historic Preservation Resource Survey, Georgia.
Since being awarded this grant, the state did allocate us an additional $1,875. And staff, we also added a section on the north end of the Gaskin Avenue district to include like June Avenue, a little bit of Walker and Coweta. Because while they were surveying, we wanted to survey the area where we understand there are some homes that was there that connects back to the historic air base. So that took the total up a little bit, but the total funds that we're receiving from the total project is $40,405. The grant is $24,243 coming from our budget. Our local match is $16,162, and these funds are in this current year budget.
Mr. Taylor.
Consent.
Mr. Bailey.
Consent.
Ms. McNeil.
Consent.
Mr. Gower.
Consent.
Mr. Dern.
Consent.
Next item.
Next item is item 6, found on page 36, discuss the technical assistance agreement with Southern Georgia Regional Commission for the second level of the Land and Water Conservation Fund application for Eastside Park.
All right, yes, so we have been invited to submit a formal application for Eastside Park. It's a 2-part application. And so with this is just for the second part, not to exceed $2,000 with the Southern Georgia Regional Commission, sorry.
Mr. Taylor.
Consent.
Mr. Bailey.
Consent.
Ms. McNeil.
Consent.
Mr. Gower.
Consent.
Mr. Dern.
Consent.
Next item.
All right, next is discuss the approval of the airport capital improvement plan for the FY 2025 through FY 20 through 29. This is found on page 40, Georgia.
So with this, each year we update the 5-year capital improvement plan. We bring you the whole layout of the funds, potential funding that we expect to receive. But however, we're focusing on FY 25. For this is the year that if you all adopt this tonight, then we will move forward with getting this. We have to work with our consultants to get this entered in GDOT's Black Cat system by November the 10th. And we also will get Mayor Polk to execute any of the grant documents for the pre-applications for the FY 2025 funding requests with the FAA and GDOT.
Mr. Taylor.
Consent.
Mr. Bailey.
Consent.
Ms. McNeil.
Consent.
Mr. Gower.
Consent.
Mr. Dern.
Consent.
Approval of airport capital.
Yes.
Okay, I'm agreeing with consent.
Okay.
But I do have a question on the one that was removed. So, because I was looking at the agenda and I said that, I saw that you all are wanting to remove the income barrier.
For the, on the weatherization grant?
Weatherization, I'm sorry.
Yes, yes. So currently, we do have, we modeled, I guess when Ms. Dell was here, we inherited this when she set it up. She set it up based off the HUD income limits, which changes from year to year. We had a situation where a person was right at it, and this person really needed it, so we was like, well, let's try it. There's no rule, because this is a city grant, that we have to have an income limit.
Okay.
So we were gonna propose to you all tonight to remove that, but we need to make some other adjustments that we omitted, and we're gonna bring it back to y'all at the next meeting.
Okay, so will there be any income limits, or there will be, none?
None.
Okay, so my only concern with that, and that was how I thought I read it, is that I think we should try to give priority to those elderly people who are of a certain income before we allow just anybody.
Well, that'll help us to put income limits back, leave it in there, or add some type of income limits.
Well,
First to get, yeah, the age is already there, but she's saying that's within
But-
a income limit also.
But from my understanding, with the income limits, the grant was not being utilized.
It's not.
It's not being utilized.
For age
For
55.
It's 55 and up.
55 and up.
Yeah,
Nobody's
because
using
we
it.
came before y'all some time ago and had it changed to, increase the age to 55. It was originally 65 and up.
Okay.
So to get more participants, we
Y'all
did
took it back, we took it
55.
down.
So we're gonna see how it worked, maybe overwhelmed, may spend, get applicants for all the 100,000, that's how much we set aside. But if it run over, we'll just carry those over to the next budget year and give them first choice.
Choice.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
many did we do last year?
Maybe two.
You see what I'm saying?
Cause see, and that's kind of strange because
is.
I've had a lot of people asking me about it.
Well, this may be why, because one of the other amendments we were gonna ask y'all to consider in here is to add windows. Windows wasn't added in the
Okay.
caulking. And then AC units, we ran into a situation where someone had more than one AC unit in their home, like if it's a split level, and if both of them are broken, they can only get one replaced. So,
Correct.
And then also with this weatherization grant, you have a lot of young people that are buying houses too, that need updating and need help. And some of them are not at that threshold of income too.
They have to be at the age.
but they have to be at
Right.
age, yes.
But I mean, a lot of these housing in the city of Douglas all need help, because I got a cousin, she bought a house, and she gotta go through, she's looking for plans now to see how can she, get help with aiding, but she can't get that help, maybe she works a job, but still, I mean, it's just that weatherization plan is with us and with Action Pad, a lot of people are drawing now to that because a lot of homes are needed with that.
Yeah, but I did have some people who contacted me about it, and I really didn't have an answer for
Okay.
them.
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's why when you said two, I'm like, whoa.
Yes.
But anyway.
And it's been that way since the beginning. Some years we don't have anyone.
That's interesting.
It was the same way we went at the MGAG program, nobody took advantage of it, kind of the
And
same
it-
program.
And then I think a lot of people finding out about it now because a lot of people are telling it because they're getting their help now of weatherization grants,
Yeah.
like with Action Pack and different other entities. And now they wanna utilize that now.
Right.
But since we have been putting it out, wasn't nobody really interested in it. I was telling people about it. They was like, well, what is that? But still, like now.
And we
they
have been
seeing-
publicizing
right.
it more.
And see, like now, everybody want that. Everybody want to apply for it now. Everybody,
Good
you know,
deal.
so
So,
it's like a trend.
So Ms. Henderson and her staff, they're gonna look at it, make some adjustments. The primary adjustment was the income, because only a couple people applied for it last year to try to get some more participants. The maximum of the grant is $5 grand, so there's $100,000 in there, so that's 20 people. That's 20.
Okay, and this is a separate set of monies, what we have from what Action Pat has. with what
Yeah, it
we
is.
do.
This is
Correct.
local. This is funds that
Okay.
the commission and Mike's
I-
department
so
set
I think that
aside.
might be some of the confusion.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Their programs is a little
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how a lot of people finding out now about it, because they getting the help with Action Plan.
Cool.
So we'll help push this out.
We'll
We
get-
got something too.
But they're gonna bring it back next
Okay.
commission. We're good?
Yeah, thank you.
Miss, you're welcome. Miss, the city manager?
Next one is, item 8, found on page 44, discuss the adoption of the FY 24 through FY 28 joint Coffee County and cities of Ambrose, Broxton, Douglas, and Nichols Comprehensive Plan, Georgia.
All right, so, this is tonight, this is for the joint comprehensive, short-term work plan, as the city manager said, with the, county, city of Ambrose, Broxton, Nichols, and, Douglas. And we start meeting in, I believe it was around March, holding public hearings. And we worked on our community work plan and just different policies. So it's ready tonight for you all to adopt a resolution that will be executed by Mayor Paul. Oh, and I want to say too, this has been forwarded up to the